This video is a film breakdown on one of my matches, something I've never done before. I said, what the heck, it was a great match. We played a game to 15, and I'll let you see how the result was once you watch the match, but I'm gonna break down what I was thinking, why I was doing certain stuff, me and Cooper's strategy as we went through. It was a really tight match. It was me and Cooper versus Nico and Adrian at Tuesday Night Pickleball at the Orchard in Phoenix. If you ever are in Phoenix, go to the link below. I'll add a link where you can buy tickets. You can watch it on the Dink YouTube page, but before I say any more, let's get into the clips. So going into this match, Cooper and I did have a strategy, and our strategy was get to the kitchen. We think we'll win more when we're at the kitchen. And so we went there saying if we need to grind points out, we'll do that, and we trust our hands as well. So as you see here in this first point, we do get into a pretty good dink rally. And one thing I've actually been working on a lot as of late is the lob off the bounce from the left side. I do have to give a shout out to my guy, Ryan Finley. Ryan Finley plays in our group here in Phoenix. He does it more than anybody I know. I've really just stolen it from him because of how angry I was, how much he was lobbing me. Not angry because he was doing it, angry because of how effective it was. So that is a note as you play with people, notice what bothers you in their game when they do something to you, and then steal it. And so that's what I've been doing, so shout out Ryan. So you're gonna see here that I go lob first play of the game, and you'll notice that I go off the bounce, which I have a video in my library of stuff on YouTube. I actually don't talk about this lob because I didn't really do it much when I made that video. So I tend to like the lob from the right side player, but when you get a somewhat dead dink here in the middle, a dead dink is a dink where you have time and space to make a decision. I like the lob potentially over both players there. I probably would go a little bit more over the right side player, which would be here Nico in that top, but he's a lefty, so I kind of stayed away from that. I guess you could argue both have a forehand in the middle, but I'm looking to go over so they can't just pummel a forehand overhead if I miss. So anyway, get that, put Adrian off the line. He ends up missing, we get that point.
Quick interruption, this video is sponsored by Selkirk. I'm using the Invicta Power Air, the sick colorway. Go to selkirk.com, use my code, get a digital gift card toward a future purchase. Back to the video, zoom, zoom, shot.
Okay, third shot drop, fifth shot drive. You know, many of you watching this, you probably hit third shot drives, fifth shot drives, seventh shot drives. If you watch the pros play, one of the things you'll see a lot of is you'll see a lot of third shot drive, fifth shot drop if they decide that they are gonna drive. And part of the reason is when someone's at the kitchen, you rip at them at the higher levels, they just pummel you, they punish you, and they make you pay. Okay, so here, I like what we did here. We earned, you know, Nico speeds it up at Cooper. Cooper's great at that, right? All right, we see the triangle effect here in play, which I got a video coming out on that soon, which is if Nico speeds it up cross, his partner Adrian top right better be ready because that ball's probably going forward. You see Cooper slide. We're gonna see a lot of that. Cooper is has an incredible backhand. He does a great job sliding. Watch this, bottom right, watch Cooper. He slides, covers backhand, and puts it in an amazing spot where he kind of low chicken wings Adrian, gets a pop up. Now, me and Cooper actually have never played a match together until this moment. So this is gonna happen occasionally. We didn't talk early enough, all right? Cooper engaged. One could argue I should let him finish the engagement, and another could argue, Cooper, get out of my way, that's my forehand. We had a good laugh about that afterwards. Okay, so we kind of chuckle about it. Great job by Coop, and this is a great example of maybe we should talk. He probably didn't even sense me there because I was a foot off the line. So I'll take the blame, Cooper, but don't want to happen again. All right, let's keep going. Okay, Nico, look at Nico's feisty. It's my guy. I love beating Nico, that's all I know. Okay, so we get started here. Great job. It's a great job. Just a note, Adrian hits a pretty good top spin drop. I don't have a ton of offense yet off of my backhand, off of a fourth ball, so I just concede the kitchen line here. I don't make the mistake of attacking on a shot that I'm on my back foot. I don't have a lot of offense there. So I just hit a ball cross and say, good job, you got to the kitchen. Now, this is something I've been doing more of. I've been running around my backhand, something I learned actually from Kyle McKenzie, who's one of the smartest people in pickleball. You can look him up, he does commentating, he works with Tyson McGuffin a bit. And he taught me a little bit about running around my backhand to create, you know, some indecision, more offense opportunities. So you'll see that happen, you know, in this. And then let's just rewind that. Like, Cooper's so good at this. And what you'll notice is I missed that ball kind of high, which actually happens a couple times in this match. And Cooper just engaged the whole time. As you're playing your matches, be engaged when your partner is dinking. There's a great chance they're gonna miss a ball slightly high. Instead of just getting frustrated and pouting, or not even being ready for a speed up to come your way, bail them out. Part of being a really good player is the ability to bail your teammates out. And bail out could be the wrong term. We could use the term just like, if you see an opportunity where they're gonna speed up, make the other team pay. So we see Cooper there, great hands. He's so active and engaged. You'll see that over the course of this match. Great return. Okay. Yeah, this is a good example of make one more ball. Make one more ball. You're not always gonna get to the kitchen right off the third. You're gonna have to make some stops in the middle. You might get backed off the line. And so you'll see here, like, Cooper hits an awesome drop. Right, a little bit off his back foot. Okay, so that's why I don't charge too far in. But when I notice it's good, it's going to Nico's backhand, it has good trajectory, I stop. I probably even run a little bit too far, kind of run into it. That's why I popped it slightly high there and didn't just get it to drop in the kitchen. Boom, take a short volley. Again, when I do that and I know it's high, boom, I back up a little bit, prepare. Great job by Coop. Drop it into the kitchen, our safe zone. Drops it back into the kitchen, allows us time. And this is important. When Coop look at us both split step here, okay? Boom, Coop does a better job than me. Split step, stops, gets on balance. Notice he doesn't move till after he hits. This is so good by Coop. And then we notice it's good, low trajectory, probably unattackable. We move forward. We're back to the position we want to be. We were back at the kitchen. Get a little more aggressive with my dink. There you see it again. In fact, I wasn't doing this on purpose, but looking back at it now, missing this slightly high, that's the most common speed up from Adrian top right, okay? That's the swing path. If he reaches in, his swing path is probably gonna pull back towards Cooper. Cooper hits a backhand, just slides, covers the backhand, heavy hands. Great return, undervalued. He's gonna make us hit how many balls here? Let's see. So there's our third. Let's see, Cooper stays somewhat back. There's a fifth. There's a seventh. There's a ninth. And we actually were able to win the point before we even get into the kitchen. Let's highlight again though. Triangle effect. If you speed up cross, your partner better be ready, okay? So we see this. Rarely do you see Cooper hit that ball back to Nico. He's gonna take it the shortest distance, which is right in front, and Cooper just engaged. Cooper wins that battle. You're gonna see this a couple more times from Coop. He's just crushing this. Let's get to the next point. Nico goes cut, return, nice and deep. I go a little half volley. I don't get too far in. When I notice that Cooper's taking the ball from 3 feet behind the baseline, I'm not gonna run all the way in. Okay, I'm stopping a little bit short because I want to read his third before I get up there. I'm a little bit tight stanced here, but I'm able to handle it with soft hands. They just keep going over towards Coop, and this is Coop's thing. Slide, backhand, winner, or outball. Okay, so I added this clip in here, and because this happens to me a lot actually, and I've just started to recognize this. So he runs around, great serve by the way, just deep, making you hit a ball from back here. So look at the angle at which Cooper enters towards he returns it and he runs in. Okay, let's watch it one more time. He returns it and he runs in. Now look where how big of a gap there is in the middle. If the ball is here, I'm covering a majority, I'm trying to cover my line in case he drives it line. Cooper, I think here, should take a bit more of, if we get an arrow here, kind of angled more towards me to cover off that middle. Because here now he bails himself out by stretching, but I actually think he should have come to this location right off the bat, because anything over to his left side, most likely, unless it has absurd topspin, which is possible, is probably going out. So just consider that angle that you enter based on where you hit. I'll come back to that later. So yeah, I'm working on my serve. It's I mean, I'm trying to get my hips turned, all that stuff. I just don't love the depth. Look how I want to get that ball landing way deeper than that. Side note. Okay, love to hit the net cord, helps you get in. Back over here to running around. This is just an overplay. I was in the aggressive mindset here. And when I came over, I mean, one, Cooper, get out of my way. No, just kidding. I just throw Cooper off, and then because we're so close, I lose concentration in that moment. I should have just given that to Cooper. I don't think that was a necessary. Sometimes you're in the aggressive mindset, you think maybe he'll pop this one and I can poke it, and then he doesn't poke it, and I gotta refocus. So I'll take ownership on that one. That's just an overplay by me. Nico's so good at returns. Nico and Adrian both just returned really well in this match. I mean, look at this. This is why you don't want to step in after your serve, because you don't want to be stepping so far back. And like, look how high that third was because of the return. Returns are undervalued. Okay, and now we got to fight. That's a 5th. Okay, that's a 7th. That's a 9th. And then we lose the point. So we hit 9 balls before we even get close to the kitchen. Love the shot by Nico here. I wish I would have taken this ball, one, maybe not off the short hop, because I just, taking the short ball off the short hop and going down the line, or somewhat down the line, it's just a tough ball. Nico has gotten really good at the shot, takes a great angle. You can see Cooper is covering the middle, and Nico knows that. He goes right hip. Yeah, that's really good. I wish I would have taken that ball cross, or not short hopped it necessarily in this situation. Or, I mean, I just gotta be better. Sometimes just execute, but at the same time, I could have gone back over. Okay, short return. I want to get a ball deeper than that. Cooper, notice this. This is just at the 3-5-4-0 levels. Notice this. Good drop by Nico. Cooper's on his back foot. Don't get aggressive on this ball. If you're on your back foot leaning back, just concede the kitchen line. He does that. Now we got a battle. I think Adrian missed an opportunity, and then he bailed me out by not punching that one down at Cooper. But we're back in the pattern that I really like, which is I'm really liking going cross or middle with Adrian. Yep, had quite a few Ernies in this match. And they're all set up by Cooper for the most part. All right, these cross court dinks, he takes it out of the air, takes away time. Notice that, this is so important. I'll go slow motion here. So I give a ball and I force Nico to step in. Watch this, Nico steps in, top left, okay? Cooper also steps in and steals time from Nico by stepping in and not letting the ball bounce. And then Nico's out of position. All he can do is get defensive. I recognize that. Sorry. Yeah. Let's keep going. That's another great serve. Look at this. If you're hitting serves and they're landing here, you are going to have a lot of easy third shots. Look how short that return is. It's set up by the serve. Now, I have it, and I really like this return as we are unwinding the stack, meaning Cooper wants to be on the right side, so he's going to return it and then run over to his preferred side. I want to be on the left side in this game. So I like he hits it down the line, and now I can cover angles and support Cooper until he gets there. Nico goes to my backhand. I get a little bit fortunate with the net cord. Again, yeah, a little speed up there. Catch Nico sleeping. Now let's back it up. I've been setting that up over the last few points, because I've been running around, going inside out. Look, I get him off balance. I do 2 set it up. I go 1, off balance, pretty dead. 2, off balance, pretty dead. Dead meaning I have a lot of time to make a decision. It's not forcing me to get defensive. And then I go inside in. This is an easier shot, I believe, when you have a lefty in front of you, because I just recognize that I was actually getting burned on the same shot. There's like 3 lefties in Phoenix. Nico's one of them. Our buddy Augie's one of them, and then Pesa Tioni. And Pesa, specifically, and Augie, those 2 guys love to do an inside in, meaning it's exactly what I just did here. Inside in, instead of me going like cross court or down the middle, I go inside down the line with my right hand. They were doing that to me with the lefty, so I was like, oh, let me try it on them, and it works. With the righty in front of you, it might be a little bit different. They might punish you with that forehand. Okay, here we go. Go third shot drop, 5th shot drive. This is one of the most frustrating things in the world. Okay, I miss a ball. That one's okay. And then, truthfully, I just got a little tight with my grip, I'm pretty sure. and I lifted it so high, and now I'm on defense, and I'm gonna have to make, and that's what you see me like getting real frustrated about. I work on that shot. I should be able to, one, drop that in the kitchen. That's an easy ball. And two, at least drop that in the kitchen. I didn't deserve this point. Let Cooper down. Sorry, man. Hope you're not watching this. Okay, here we go. Another good drop. But the drop is so easy because look, I give him just a short return. That's such a short return. So we just got to keep working on getting the ball deeper and deeper and deeper because now he's moving in. That's an easy drop for him. I just let him walk into the kitchen. Thankfully, Cooper is so good at bailing me out. I try to concede, but as I said earlier, when I miss a ball somewhat high in the middle, the most common shot is for the person to take it right in front of them. It's just a swing path, right? So boom, Cooper knows that. He slides over. And then I know something else. I don't love what I'm doing here. It's a bad habit, I think. My hand's down. Look at my hand, right? I'm just down with my paddle. Why am I sitting like that? I gotta figure that out. Okay, so I get a little caught by surprise, so I go reset. But here then, and I have a video on Ernie's. This is a split line Ernie. The moment I see Adrian top right cross that middle line, I know if he hits it cross, which he does, I'm going to Ernie that. I do it. Right, he crosses that middle line. I do a little shuffle slide, jump the kitchen, go inside to the middle, able to get that ball. Here we go. So I'll say this again, when I'm unwinding the stack, I really like, unwinding the stack just means I'm gonna hit the ball here, which I'm about to, and then I'm gonna run diagonal to the other side to get on my preferred side. Cooper's gonna slide over and be on his preferred side. I really like going, not always, but I like going lined for a couple reasons. One, this is often his backhand. He's gonna run around it here, but it's a backhand, and more players drop their backhand. Not all of them, a lot of tennis players are coming in and driving it, but more players drop it, I'd say for the most part. So it's a shorter distance from me to Adrian down the line. So I hit the shorter distance, but then this is the hypotenuse of the triangle. He hits the longer distance towards me in the situation. So I have more time to go all the way over to get my position. I like where I ran to here. Cooper just slides over and covers his line, right? I covered this middle ball. We kind of survived that moment. It's a good drive. I think Nico bailed me out there. Should have been punished for that high dink. Look at that. Look where it lands. Yeah, that's a good indicator. If the ball lands there, you probably should have reached in. Okay, still see me doing some forehand dinking on the left side. Love this camera angle. Cooper is just a rock in the kitchen. Yeah, as I mentioned on the first point of the game, I've been working on this. Truthfully, I went over lobbing to Adrian because, you know, Nico is one of my training partners, and Adrian's been out of town prior to this match for a little bit of time, so I haven't played with him in a bit. And Nico knows I like to lob, so I felt like I could. This is just thinking ahead of the match. I knew I was going to lob over Adrian a little bit more. Again, if Nico's a right-handed player, I'm probably going to go not in that ball specifically, but a lot of times those middle balls I might take over Nico's head, just because if he was a righty, that'd be over his left shoulder, less ability for offense. The other thing about this lob is I just like that it's a short swing, right? It looks like I'm about to dink it. And at the last second, I just flick it a little bit. And if you just watch Adrian here, just put your eyes to Adrian for a second, catch him by surprise, right? You see a little hesitation, he's got to run. Anytime you're moving them off the kitchen, we just took an advantage in the point. We are now ahead, quote, in the point. Try to keep them back. They do a good job defending. I don't actually do a good enough job keeping the pressure on. I skipped ahead. I had just missed a ball before this on a similar possession, so I wasn't as aggressive. But then how about that lob from Nico? Nico now goes over my left shoulder. Can't take it out of the air. I go total panic mode here. I should have just dropped it and got back to the kitchen. I actually was gonna lob it. That's been a common play. If I feel really uncomfortable and I don't think I can drop that well, I would sky lob that thing. I have a video about sky lobbing on defense in the library on YouTube. But the ceiling is there, so at the last second I like froze and remembered I couldn't do that, so end up missing that ball. I like this little pullback dink. I learned this from Kyle McKenzie. All right, a lot of times I like to pull back the dink in order to possibly set myself up for an Erne or apply pressure. I missed that one a little bit high. If I do a pullback dink, I know I'm exposing the line. Okay, so this is one of the times to use a two-handed backhand. that I really like. I'm not gonna be able to be offensive there with one hand, so I developed a two-hander. I cover my line, and I go chicken wing on Nico. He's a lefty. I don't do that intentionally. I actually was just trying to hit the ball. End up winning the point there. Okay, how to know when to drop and when to drive. I have a video out about that as well. I will say I haven't driven much in this match. And I also noticed that was an indicator of like, hey, I might throw in a drive here pretty soon. I like to drop a bit more. I also noticed they're about to unwind the stack. You see Adrian's running over to the left side. And then I also noticed, oh, it's a short return. Look where it lands. Okay, really short. And so if I can get me and Cooper moving forward, all right, then we could potentially get some offense. So I go over, knowing it's a short return. I kind of played the reverse psychology game here. I know that Nico is somewhat covering for Adrian, because a lot of times you'll drive it at the person running in, which is smart. But I decided to go to Nico's backhand. Now, Nico's a really good backhand. A lot of players don't have that kind of backhand, so it'll work out even better. And then Cooper just comes in and cleans up with his backhand, which is just an annihilation. Gosh, he's really good when you get into hands battles with him. Underrated, in my opinion. Good serve there. This is truthfully my favorite play of the whole match, and I want to steal this from Nico. Watch this. So good pressure there. I think in hindsight, I think Cooper could have attacked this ball. He probably got caught a little bit by surprise, but you see how he resets the ball up near his like waist? He's been ripping that. I would keep ripping that. Okay, and then kind of like I came from basketball. Our coaches used to say, if you have a wide open shot, depending on the team we were playing, if you have a wide open shot, take the wide open shot, because we have a 30-second shot clock. If you don't take the wide open shot now, the shot clock is continuing. We might not get another shot as good as the one that you just passed up. So this would be a good situation of like, I don't know what's going through Cooper's head in this situation, but that's a great ball to attack. Instead, Nico flips the script, puts us on defense, and let's just like break down the brilliance of this. So he flicks this, okay, which he's been really working on. It showed in this match. He flicks it wide to Cooper. Cooper gets it back, and then, knowing Nico for a long time, he liked to flick at my right shoulder. If you zoom in on my right shoulder, mostly. So you see me kind of lean that way, and he totally fakes me out. Okay, he goes there, and then he flicks line. That is just so good. It's a clear winner. If you see someone faked out that badly, you know they did something right. So that was a really good shot by Nico. Good return. I mean, this is the goal. This is the goal. All right, so hit the ball. It lands back here. Look how far back they have to hit their third from. That's a hard third. And I just hit a straight up blasting overhead. Ooh, I gotta teach Cooper how to Erne, because this is the perfect ball to go Erne. See how floaty it was? In fact, this would be a good opportunity that he could have run around the kitchen, potentially, and got the Erne. But when you play on the right side the whole match, you're not typically thinking left side Ernies. So, understandable, but Cooper, we're gonna work on that. Yeah, just a good example of bad positioning by me. In my mind, I was trying to bait him a little bit, but look how far away I am, and I don't move with the ball at all. So then I have to stretch out and reach. That's just really, really bad positioning, and then he makes me pay. That's really good by Adrian.
Quick interruption, zoom in, a little bit out. I got a new video series for you. 18 advanced tips to help you move up a level. Go to the description below, click the link, type in your email, and start getting videos immediately. 1 video a day for 18 days. Let's go. Now back to the video.
Okay, we'll just break that down again. Unwinding the stack. Why do we stack? Well, like I like my Ernie's a threat. So we like me being on the left as much as possible with me and Cooper. Cooper, I'd say, is one of the best right side thinkers in this whole league. And so we like him being on the right. He also counters well with his backhand. So we're looking at our strengths and weaknesses and saying, who do we want on the left? Who do we want on the right? So he ended up on the left after our serve. Now he's got a return. Look at this, he returns line. I like that. That gives me a chance to help Cooper out and cover. Now Nico's got to hit the farthest distance shot if he's going to go after Cooper. He hits a backhand. right at Cooper. Cooper, great first volley. Great fifth, third shot drop, third shot drive, fifth shot drop by Nico. And now we're into a little cross court dink rally. I love this camera angle. And I'll let Cooper sit in that all day. This is something I've been working on recently. And when I say working on it, like I just started doing it one day in rec. And I think I was tired of getting lobbed. A lot of us work on lobs. And so this is a great lob, right? If I'm a righty, that's gonna be a hard, backhand flick if I do that. So I just switch it. And I don't get a lot of force on it. You can even see my grip is kind of weird. I just hit it down and I get myself back in the point. So somewhat of a cool shot. I probably need to get better at left-handed overhead, so I'm gonna keep doing that though. They're unwinding the stack. I go inside out drop. Look how much I push them off the line. I like that. Immediately we're gonna be ahead in that point. All right, they get it back to neutral. Get into a little hands battle, and Cooper is just engaged. The thing to watch with Cooper is just, he's so engaged. Just keep your eye on Cooper top left. So I'm thinking, but look at Cooper. He's locked. He's locked. He's locked. They speed it up, he's locked. He's locked. He's locked. And he keeps sliding to his backhand. Watch this. Slide. Slide. And then, boom. Get some forehand. Oh, Nico. That was good. Cooper's a beast. Okay, so now, this is the common mistake a lot of players at lower levels make. Adrian hasn't made this mistake in this match until right here. So Cooper hits a good drop. Adrian's taking that ball and he's hitting up. That's a good sign for us. If we notice they're hitting up, we should be crashing in. And so he hits just like a dead high ball. We're gonna take advantage of it. We're gonna look to peg Nico as much as we possibly can. Okay, 11-9, so game to 15. Haven't driven a ton. It's so dead though. When we come up, I decide to rip a fifth, which I don't do very often. And I intentionally do go to Nico's left hip because he's a lefty. So if you see, he's a little late on that ball. He actually goes, you see that? Look at his paddle. He goes for a backhand first. And just that is not gonna allow him to punish us. Although he does hit a pretty good ball. Cooper's just locked in. Focus on Coop for a second. Boom, lock, lock, lock. Stay engaged and active. I gotta work on this too. Boom, look at that, animal. You're gonna see us dink a little bit, dink a little bit, dink a little bit. Now, you're gonna see me dink quite a few middle here because I think I Erne 9 times in this game. I've cut some of those out because I made a separate video just on the Erne from this match. But I keep going middle because I know that Adrian had been stepping over to take this ball and he'd been taking it diagonal and I was able to go Erne that. So I keep taking it back middle. But then there's another time we got some Ernes in this match, which was Cooper was hitting really aggressive cross-court dinks. And at this moment right here, that's the moment, right? Nico's a little bit off balance. He's stretched out wide. He's getting very defensive. And that's the moment to go, shoop, shoop. And I take him angle because I know when I go there, Adrian's gonna cover middle. So I go angle, little tomahawk. Shout out Zane Navratil. Okay, on this play right here. So a common tendency when players, like I said earlier, take the ball out of the air, where do you think I'm about to speed this up? If you said over towards Nico, bottom right, then that's what most players do. And we saw Adrian do that a little bit earlier. So I've recognized that in the last few months. And so you can see even Nico right there, right? He's kind of like going for his body to cover. I decide I'm gonna go middle. I miss it long, not by much, but I chose the right spot. So when I walked back after this point with Cooper, you saw my head go, huh. I actually was like, I like that spot a lot. I just didn't execute. Which I think is a good point when you're playing, is like, did you like the shot you hit, even if you missed it? And maybe you just didn't execute. And separating the decision from the outcome. I have a whole video on that on the channel. And that's what I feel like I had a good decision there. The outcome just wasn't great. Yeah, and again from Nico, just he's picking good spots. Okay, so I come in with a short return. We automatically are in somewhat of a tough position here. He rips it at me. I try to get it soft. And you'll see right there. That's exactly what I just talked about with my last play. Adrian gets that middle ball. Where does he whip it to? He whips it right towards Cooper. Okay, short hop volley. They're ahead in this point. And then Nico, who, knowing his tendencies in the past, he usually would, look where I go. He usually would go over toward my right side. I put my paddle all the way over there, he fools me. And then all I can do is get defensive and he puts it away, gets fired up. It's a great play by him. This is game point here, 14-13. Should you attack from the midcourt? Yeah, you should, right? I think Adrian just leaves that one a bit high, and when I recognize that, if I reset that ball, a la the clip prior when I talked about Cooper resetting somewhat of a high ball, all right? And there's reasons, sometimes I also did it too earlier in the match because I got caught by surprise. And if you get caught by surprise, like and you're off balance, don't rip a ball when you're caught by surprise and you're off balance. But I was in a good position here. Look at this, I'm on balance, tight, compact swing. Also, again, notice triangle effect is just in play so much, right? Goes from there towards Nico, boom. Nico has to get defensive. I go at Nico's forehand because he's a lefty. We end up winning the match that way. That's the match. I hope you guys got some value out of that. If you want to see the video I was talking about earlier from this match, all the Ernies I had, how I knew when to do them, why I did it, why they could be effective for you, click this video right here. Hope you enjoyed that film breakdown. Go to the comments below if you did enjoy it. If you didn't enjoy it, keep it to yourself. Just your opinion. No one cares. I'm just kidding. But I would like to know if you enjoyed these type of videos. I'll make more of them. I love watching this stuff, breaking it down. And if you notice something I didn't notice, put it in the comments below, give us a timestamp, and we'll take a look at it. Until then, see y'all.